Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. Okay, this video is you can make $1,000 a day selling on eBay. So, you might be thinking, well, I really don't want to do that. Well, neither did I when I first started. But I thought it was kind of a practical approach because I had so much stuff. But it seems that the COVID has impacted the small businesses more than anyone. And so if you are a small business or you work for a small business and the chance is your job is not coming back, you have to do something. So it's possible that it was some kind of intentional ploy because the small businesses were not properly paying taxes. But you can get by that by working under the umbrella of Amazon or eBay. And what you do is you just add the tax and such to the item, and we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so I was doing eBay for a while, and nobody does videos on this. You know, they have videos, but it doesn't tell you exactly how you might be able to make $1,000 a day. So today I was walking around and I was thinking about the fact that I had bought these clocks so cheap this week. I bought, let's see, 2, 4, 5 in a week. And so what popped into my mind, and I knew this was God speaking to me because this is how it works. Something will pop into my mind. One year on the July 4th, I was working for this guy. This wasn't a bad guy, but it was a guy. He was a pretty successful hairdresser. And we were working on the 4th of July, and it was just so miserable. And like, I was just like, by the end of the day, I was at my wits' end, and everybody else is eating ribs and, you know, enjoying the day. And here I am in this stupid mall shop. I think I was even doing body wax too, which is not my favorite job. So at the end of the day, for some reason, I was up at the desk, and he goes, "Look, I got $1,000. Like, that makes it any better what I had just gone through. But mind you, this was like a whole day of labor in the shop, and you have to pay employees and taxes and overhead, and this is what's making the small businesses so bad. Okay, so when the consumption is down, the price goes up. So I would expect an increase in operating costs. Some people have leases, but you know, eventually. So like, I was just so annoyed with the guy because he had $1,000 and he had just destroyed the 4th of July. And it was late too because malls stay open forever. So, and I have never liked owning shops because you work so hard to pay the overhead before you ever make a penny, and I always hated that. I like to get paid for every single thing I do. So one of the ways that I used to prevail doing hair is I slashed my overhead down to nothing, so that my overhead was no consequence to me. I didn't pay the rents, I didn't pay anything. I work by percent. So if the deal was I paid you 40%, that was like all the money you were ever going to get out of me. And so, you know, a lot of times this is how I survived, just by slashing all my expenses and my overheads down to nothing. And a lot of the bigger jobs I wouldn't do because it got to the point where to do a color would cost me $30 for the product. And I thought, forget it. So, especially in a low-end shop. So, okay, so let's get to now, how are we going to earn $1,000 a day on eBay? Well, you have this kind of stuff for $3. you're going to have to sell a lot of these. You have this kind of stuff, which is nice, and I do suggest starting out with this kind of stuff for $3. And you have these angels, which are about $10 each, and you're trying to get to $1,000 a day. So what I did is I set up an auction. Okay, the auction doesn't cost you anything. And so I was doing the auction for a while, and I was going along on the auction, and I said, I don't want to pay any overhead to do anything. If I do have to pay, then the client is going to have to pay this overhead cost. So sometimes though I do pay it, but you have to pay 10% to eBay. You have to pay 5% to PayPal, that just started, and you have to pay tax. So when you're selling online, just like when you're doing business in a shop, you have to, you can't work below what it costs you to maintain the overhead. So you can't sell your stuff too cheap, or you're not going to make any money, and you're going to be working really, really hard too. So what you want to do is you want to work smarter. Okay, a lot of people don't like the auction because they go, they're going to buy my item for 99 cents. Well, what I do is I list the lowest price that I'm willing to accept, and they usually put a bid on that, and they buy it. So another thing is, if you don't have much money, you can get the money sent to you the same day they send it. So that's going to give you some money for postage. But what's better is if you take your postage out every time, because when you start selling more stuff, it can get expensive. Okay, so now what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to making some money on eBay. I don't want to pay $50 a month. I don't want to pay $50 a month for a store, because then I'm going to lose, say, 50% of my stuff for nothing, just pay for the store. And that's like the shopping centers. You're paying for the volume, and then supposedly you're going to get more business. But I don't want to do that. So what I came to is I will list items. I will learn how to list these items, only items that sell. And eventually what happens is you start learning which items sell and which items don't. Then you take your items that don't sell and you sell those at a swap meet or a flea market or a yard sale. And then that gives you money to buy more things that will sell. Okay, so now the easiest way is you find items that will sell, and you find items that will sell for $100, and you sell 10 a day. You have to work up to this. You're not going to be able to do this at the beginning. So this jewelry box is really cute. I bought this yesterday, and I got a good deal. Oh, I'm going to burn my... I got a good deal on this. I got this for about $20. So when I listed this for $120 and $25 shipping. I might take a little hit on the shipping. I'm going to have to pay someone to pack this for me. So then how did I determine that I was selling this for $100? Well, I knew this was expensive. See how pretty? It's got mother of pearl inlay, ladies. I went under Safari and I just typed in large black lacquer jewelry box with mother of pearl inlays. I found several that were kind of like this. They went anywhere from $320 to $176, and those look to be brand new, so mine is used. So I thought I will try to sell mine for $100, and I have sold stuff for $100. I sold wedding dresses. I try not to pay more than $10 or $20, because if somebody frauds me out of this, so far I've only been frauded out of one thing. but I'm only losing $20. I'm not losing, like some people, they spend $100 to earn $100, which is okay. You're still earning $100, but if somebody figures out a way not to pay you, you know. So I would have to find 10 of these items that will sell, and then you list them. And what you do is you find this item that somebody else is selling, and you find the best ad and you copy their ad. So you might be going, Rhoda, that's not nice. Hey, you have to do what you have to do, you guys. So what the goal is, so to get 10 of these, 5 would be 100, and 10 would be 200. So what you're starting out at first is just finding one, and you're learning how to do this, and you will learn it. If you become determined to auction everything you buy, and you become determined to find stuff that's in good condition, somebody will want this. I wanted to make a mention of this. A lot of people use these for cash boxes. Well, let me see, it'd be this one. No, it's this one. First of all, see, you can put cash in here. First of all, this is really bad because if someone breaks in the house, they could carry the whole jewelry box off. But if you do want to keep it in here, tape an envelope and put the cash in the envelope. Don't just lay piles of cash. Because there are people that will find a way. So that's what's so nice about this jewelry box. You can keep all kinds of stuff in there. Some people keep drugs. Okay, so you're trying to find things that the eventual goal is you will sell 10 per day. So say if I sold this for $120, I would take the $20 out and I would take the shipping out. If I knew what was good for me, in case on one fine day I did sell 10 of them, I would have the shipping out already. And then don't forget, eBay comes after the money. It's straight into your checking account, so you gotta be very careful about that. Okay, so that's what you're doing. So now, like, what kind of stuff would you do? Well, you would try to find luxury items. First of all, a lot of people who buy luxury items want to buy them discounted. Why do you want to pay $300 for this jewelry box when you can buy one for $100? And then you can put it in your room and it's really nice. It's a fraction of the cost of a new one. So it was listed 300 and I think 17 and 179, and I'm not done cleaning this thing up. Okay, when you're selling vintage, you don't want to get it too clean. You just want to make sure it's nice and clean. So that's the first way. Now there's another way that's more painful. And this is what a lot of people do. Okay, I bought these clocks. This one for $5 and this one for $6. And I sell these for $35. And then I have another one, and this one would be $35. And all of these, okay, now this one I'm not selling. I bought this because this is going to look nice on my fireplace. And I paid $10 for this. But if I did sell it, what I try to do is double my money, not counting the $10. So this would be $100. And then I would have to take 3 trips to the post office during the COVID, which I have no liking to do. But so I would have to sell 30 of these as opposed to 10. So once you get these, and also, let's see, I wrote down the first jewelry box cost me $20. But this assortment of stuff cost me, I had 2 other clocks that I bought. One was worth $300 and one was worth $100 used. But we're keeping those. So for those 2 clocks, I paid $37. So those items would be $400. And then I would have to make up the $600. See how much easier it would be just to start moving into the direction of $100 items? And if you do it, you are going to learn how to sell the stuff. So, okay, these clocks were, I would sell them for $35, and these were $20 too. So the only difference is I would have to make 3 trips. Essentially, it's $100. And then there's this. Now, this is what I wanted to mention. This is a Michael Kors purse. This is a cute purse. I love this purse. So if it doesn't sell, do I care? No, I like it. It's very nice. Okay, I listed this purse for about $35. Sometimes when I sell luxury items, I sell them for $27. But I want to try to sell the stuff as high as I can. Also on your luxury items, like when I sell wedding dresses, usually I price a wedding dress at about $200 because you can't buy any kind of a wedding dress for $200. But I sold a beautiful wedding dress and I took a bid of about $50. I think I bought it for $10, but I had been trying to sell it for 2 years. So start thinking, okay, how could I find $100 items working to the eventual goal of $1,000 a day? And if you start doing it, it's the crazy thing is when you can conceptualize what you're trying to do, eventually you figure out how to do it. And then you're not going to be sitting around sweating bullets, having to rely on people that are unreliable to employ you, especially if they need the money. And this is a good side hustle as well. Okay, and then another thing, and then I'm done. What I do is I say, okay, if no one buys this stuff, first of all, they are going to buy it. But if no one was to buy this stuff, it is really pretty, and I will have it in the house. Another thing is, there's no big fat hurry. Once you clean the stuff up, if you control it from getting dust, it's going to be just as valuable in a year, in 5 years, and in 10 years. Especially these luxury handbags, if you get a chance to pick those up. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.